3 of the South African National Rally Championship, the Hencom Auto Body Rally, a titanic struggle raged between the factory Toyota and Volkswagen teams and the privateer Fords of Charles Wilkin and Konrad Rautenbach. Wilkin in the Basil Reed Ford held the lead until a mishap on the penultimate stage, which handed Rautenbach his second victory of the season. This gave him a comfortable lead at the top of the point standings. Highlights of the Toyota Gauteng Dealer Rally are proudly brought to you by Toyota. The championship remains on the Highveld for the 4th round of the series, the Toyota Gauteng Dealer Rally, with unexpected wet and cold conditions greeting the teams as they gathered before the start. The big question, whether there will be a different winner emerging on this event.
Welcome to round 4 of the South African Rally Championships, day 1 of the Toyota Gauteng Dealer Rally, and the teams are met with uncharacteristic cold and wet weather. Konrad Rautenbach has been dominating the rallies so far. However, the Toyota teams of Johnny Gimmel and Leroy Polter are looking to take top honors at their very own rally.
32 cars will take to the start of the Toyota Gauteng Dealer Rally as we get a feel of their expectations before the flag drops.
Winter's certainly arrived, and I bet you can't wait to get in your car.
Yeah, it's really cold out here. It's more European weather than African weather, but anyway, that's what it is. And yeah, we want to get going. I think it's going to be an interesting rally with the rain and that we've had in the last week. And the stages are not the best, to be honest. Really grassy and tracky, not proper roads. So it's first on the road is going to be quite a disadvantage, but we're just going to have to do our best.
Well, Mark, we've certainly seen the speed. Is it time for a podium position?
Yeah, absolutely. We're dying for one. We've put in the effort, and now let's see. I hope it's going to come to us this time.
What's your plan of attack on these stages?
Well, initially we're going to have to be a bit cautious because of all the rain that was unexpected. You know, the event was moved from the end of the year to the middle of winter to not have the rain, but unfortunately it didn't work out. Yeah, so a cautious approach in the initial ones, and then max attack.
This is your home rally. You literally live around the corner from here. Plan of attack?
Just have to attack. People say I live in the area, but it doesn't make much difference. You know, everyone's been doing regionals. I haven't done regionals for years, so... But still, no, I'm looking forward to it.
And how do you think the mud's going to play out? Is it going to be really difficult?
No, definitely. The mud's going to be a deciding factor in this event. You know, you just get caught out in a slippy corner and you lose 10, 15 seconds, then you're in trouble.
So Rautenbach leads the field first off the ramp. With me, Etienne Lawrence once again, and he must be dreading being first on the road, Etienne.
Yes, also unknown ground for them in stage 1 in the township today, so with no notes apparently, so they're dueling the old tulip notes, so that could be quite interesting.
Stage 1, a short 2.24 kilometer mixture between dirt, tar and cement in the cultural village in the township of Vosloorus. And this is interesting, the guys are allowed to walk this stage.
No, it's not officially open as a walking stage or a reconnaissance stage, so there might be some big trouble later on in the rally.
We'll keep an eye out for that. These stages set up for the spectators can often trip you up.
Very, very tricky, lots of times between pavements and things. You very, very easy clip one of those and it could cost you dearly, yeah.
And another factor is that there's no servicing until after the end of the 3rd stage today.
Correct, and everybody has to bear in mind that there's kilometers to go before you get to service. If you have a problem, you've got to carry it with you and you might just fall out.
Stage 1, a dead heat between Mark Ronier and Leroy Polter, with Charles Wilkin only 0.2 of a second further back. Stage 2 now, still in the Benoni Heidelberg area. It's 18.14 kilometers of dirt through the mealy fields there, and a big challenge in these conditions.
Yes, the road is very tricky, especially for the first few cars, grassy sections, wet weather, and there's no track to follow, so it makes it difficult to read the road.
That's Rautenbach first on the road. He was only 18th overall after the first stage.
120 much, very, very, very long to the flying finish. Continues. Wow. Continues very, very, very long. The red. Top. Wow, these rocks. No, we have to come on.
Get out so I can go take the thing off.
Conrad, what's up? Is it overheating?
Yeah, it's not a road, man. This is really not on.
Not a happy chappy at all as we go to Johnny Gemmell in the Castrol Toyota Auras, only 14th after stage 1. But Etienne, Conrad Rothenbach very critical about the condition of the roads. Do you think it's correct?
Well, it's a question of stay on the road and then you won't hit things. You know, if you're going into the grass, there could be lurkers there, little crocodiles waiting for you. You know, anything is possible. So you must try and stay in the tracks, especially on the track stages. If there's a clear road, it's a lot easier than a track stage. It's Johnny Gemmell with a flat wheel. Obviously hit something. It is rocky, so you veer off the track, then you can hit the rock.
Johnny, what can you tell us?
Yeah, we got a flat there about 5 k's from the end. I don't know what's our time yet, we'll see.
So you had to drive through?
Yeah.
Van Vecken in the BP Volkswagen Polo. Oh, and
Hitting that thing
that's
very,
a
very
huge
hard.
hole there.
Yeah, it's huge. There's a rock there also on the exit. I don't know how they can't see that on the DVD. It must have been obvious.
Well, he seems to have a problem. Yeah, indeed. Look at the right rear.
Also, flat wheel, definitely. Same spot.
This cost him 31 seconds.
It's a bit rocky in the stage, so even though you're on the road, you might get a flat. So I only started feeling it towards the end.
Well, the second stage is certainly catching them all out. Charles Wilken now third after the first stage in the Basil Reed Ford Fiesta. And a good start to the rally for him.
Yes, looking for a good repeat of the previous rally. I think his attitude is correct. His pace is nice, and I'm sure he'll be able to do it.
3, 2,
1. Cut there. Right man.
Oh, yeah, he stalls the car.
Stalled.
Wide here in one of the last corners, and we hit something really hard, so big impact to the front.
So he lost about 36 seconds in that stage, going to Enzo Key now, 16th overall. And the running order in championship order, but as far as the standings are concerned, very mixed up.
It was a wake-up call first stage, very slippery out there, so we did a lot of mealie cutting, but good stage, car feels good.
And Habich coming up now. He talked about cutting there, Enzo did. You think that could become a factor?
Definitely in these rallies with the mealie fields, you know, the one guy goes in and the next guy takes it more, and so it carries on. There's Habich in-car camera, you can see it running beautifully. And these stages, and there something goes wrong, you see, immediately Yannick comes off the gas.
Right, you could see him, he just corrected there, the tail stepped out on a straight line. That means, yes, there's the problem.
Absolutely, something else. He must have hit something or something broke.
So that's going to cost him a huge amount of time. Leroy Polter, the joint leader after stage 1.
Sure,
Also
doing
struggling.
that corner hard, eh? He was really going in aggressively.
Very, very slippery, these conditions.
Very fast over that deep ditch there.
Right 5 into dip, right 6. And left 5. Stay right. Go right 6. Go right 1. Go right 6 and go right 1.
Leroy Polter set the fastest time in the stage there. This, of course, is Mark Prunier in the Sassel Ford Fiesta, joint leader after stage 1, and he's also on it at this point. Very, very fast. And look at the line that he takes through there.
That's to line it up for that sharp left-hander.
And he would go fastest of all by half a second. Neil de Villiers. This is the sort of thing that he would enjoy, I would
Getting
imagine.
faster and faster, yes, and over the rough stuff, he's obviously very good with his Dakar experience. He was very quick through this intersection here.
And he would go third fastest at the end of this stage. Jaapie van der Kerk in the New Africa Developments Volkswagen Polo, 5th after stage 1. This stage certainly had its fair share of mishaps. So tough conditions, Etienne.
Very tricky, and as you go along, more grass gets away, more slippery, and it makes it difficult to turn. And here's John Williams taking a different line and getting it way up in air.
Stage 3, 10.58 kilometers of dirt. And of course, as we said earlier on the first service, is only after the stage we saw a number of drivers with problems in stage 2. So they're going to carry them through.
They have to, unfortunately. That's the risk of going too hard and making mistakes.
JP Damso, 11th overall. And he sets the fastest time in this stage so far. Enzo Kuhn. So they seem to be struggling, these Volkswagen drivers still. Do you think it's with
No, actually, I was just going to say that Enzo's really come to light again after the last event, getting used to the new diff setup.
Somebody who's struggling really now is with virtually 3 wheels. It's Jan Habig, and he's got to carry this through to the end.
All the way. He's got to finish the stage and the next before he gets to service. It's quite hectic with 3 wheels in the mud as well. Very difficult.
Well, the question is he going to make it to the end and to stage? Leroy Polter, part of the 3-way battle at the front between him, early leader Cronje and Camille de Villiers. So the battle lines are already drawn.
And don't cut between the right 6, there's rocks.
This must be Habig. Fortunately, they got him on the section where they could pass.
So that wouldn't cost them too much, but that shows that Habig, well, he's still moving, but I don't know for how long. Here's Cronje, leading but by only half a second coming into this stage. And he's got his foot down.
100% commitment. He's really trying hard to get his results. And there's stationary Yanni.
That means the end of the rally for Jan Habig. The big drama already in the 3rd stage. Jan Habig stuck in stage. This is Heinrich Lategan in the Purte Peugeot 207. Some very competitive time so far, well inside the top 10.
Yes, he's doing very well and getting the car faster as we go along every rally.
Camille de Villiers, part of that battle at the front, and he's certainly on it this weekend.
Siapi van Niekerk also mixing it between the works cars.
Well, these conditions are such that it can throw up some surprises, so an opportunity for somebody else to come up through the order.
First du Plessis also very much more in control and with a lot more confidence.
So Polter wins that stage from JP Damzo and Enzo Kuhn. That means that Polter now leads Cronje by 5.6 seconds.
And a long-awaited service for some people.
I'm sure some crews were very relieved when they arrived here.
Absolutely.
Well, Conrad, last time I saw you didn't look too impressed with life.
No, it's a bit disappointing, really. The level that rallying's come to in this country and the stages like this is not, it's not on, really. But I'm just a driver. What can I do?
Michelle, you said that you hit something in stage 2. Did you find out what it was?
Yeah, apparently it was quite a big rock that's sitting on grass, and our notes said right 6 in at long grass, and they cut the grass. It wasn't there anymore. And, as I came around the corner, I said, "Oh, well, there's the corner there." And,
Leroy, congratulations from Team Leader there. It looks like you're in the lead of the rally so far.
Yeah, look, I think it's quite difficult out there. The mud is the guys are going to see now. I think further down, the mud just becomes impossible. And I think it is helping me with the road maybe being a little bit more open.
It's been tricky because it's so muddy, and the car literally sucks itself to the ground. That's how muddy it is. I don't know how the smaller boys are going to get through there, but it's going to be interesting.